Two changes to Collingwood's squad for Anzac Day. In comes Steele, side bottom, and Jordan Ngoe. No surprises there, but a bit of a surprise in terms of the omissions. Ed Allen dropped, a little bit harsh there, but Ned Long being managed. He played a full season last year, didn't miss a game except for playing as the sub. And here we are now, Ned Long being managed. He's listed as an emergency. I'd expect him to be the carryover emergency, so he wouldn't play the VFL. But if he does play VFL, then I will be a little bit shocked. The VFL, by the way, an update yet again. It was initially scheduled for Anzac Day, 12:05 at Victoria Park. It was changed to Friday, April 24th, 1:05 p.m., Victoria Park. Now it's been relocated to KGM Centre, Collingwood's training ground. 2:05 p.m. start tomorrow, April 24th, Friday afternoon. So if you are, or if you've got a day off and you're heading off to the VFL and you go to Victoria Park and there's no footy there, don't blame me. All right, I'm giving you the update now. Just yeah, it's not at Victoria Park. I have no idea why they're not playing games at Victoria Park this year. Must be something going on with the grounds. So VFL action Friday afternoon at the KGM Centre, and the AFL 3:20 p.m. start Saturday afternoon. Collingwood taking on Essendon for Anzac Day. But the two changes, I'll go through the lineups now. Billy Frampton, Jeremy Howe, and Braden Maynard. Isaac Quaynor, Harry Perryman, Josh Dacos. Jack Crisp, Scott Pendlebury, and Rowan Steele. Forward line, Bo McCreary, the $1 million man coming up, Bo McCreary. Patrick Lipinski and Lockie Schultz. And Dan McStay, Jamie Elliott, Tim Membry to round out the forward line. In the guts, in the ruck, Oscar Steen, Angus Anderson, Nick Dacos. He's feisty right there. And the bench, Jordan De Goey, Dan Houston, Darcy Cameron, Steele side bottom, and Will Hayes. I'm very glad Will Hayes is playing. It's harsh for Ed Allen to be dropped, I know, but for Will Hayes to play in a big stage like this, he played King's birthday last year. He did look a little bit out of place at times, but he did kick his first AFL goal, King's birthday. Hopefully, he delivers the goods here for Anzac Day and stays in the squad for another week. And the emergencies, Will Parker, Ned Long, and Ed Allen. I expect Ned Long to be the carryover emergency. I am recording this nearly at 6:30 p.m. I haven't seen any updates in the VFL, but it looks to be Bobby Hill could be returning in the VFL against Essendon tomorrow, Friday afternoon, KGM Centre. Just throwing that out there. Bobby Hill returning, it's good to see. And also good to see as well, injury list. Darcy Moore just ruled out, so he will possibly return against Hawthorn, even though I said at the start of the month he'd likely miss the entire month of April, but he could return in time for Hawthorn, which would be good to see. And I expect some managements against Hawthorn. So don't be surprised if Jeremy Howe and Scott Pendlebury get managed after Anzac Day. They don't play against Hawthorn. Ned Long to return against Hawthorn, and then there'll be a few other changes as well. There might be managed minutes for side bottom, maybe De Goey. They may rest one of Membry or McStay or Jamie Elliott for that matter. So that's a watch this space, but that's for Hawthorn. This is now for Essendon. Collingwood outside the top 10. Essendon in the bottom four, 17th on percentage behind Carlton. But Essendon look much better the last few weeks compared to the start of the season and also their losing streak last year. And of course, they have to be not cherry ripe, but they have to be fit and firing or on their best behaviour, their best form. I'm trying to get the words out for this, but their best form for Anzac Day up against Collingwood. I'm hoping this is like 2016, where I go into it hoping we don't lose, and then we have this game wrapped up by half time. Essendon have dropped Jade Gresham, so that goes a long way for Essendon winning this game. But we just need to manage and respect this Essendon squad. They're going to be young, fit, and firing. They're going to be applying the pressure. They'll turn the chicken up. So we need to counteract that in the midfield. Nick Dacos, again, will get attention in the midfield. So guys like Bo McCreary, Angus Anderson, Jordan De Goey. I was going to say Ned Long, but he's not playing. And we'll figure out as well the rotations in the midfield. Obviously, side bottom and Pendlebury, but there's someone like a Perryman going to the midfield at times. Now, when it comes to my previews, team selections, final word, I don't have a bold prediction. I don't tip the margin or who wins this game. But it's Anzac Day, so I've got to predict an Anzac Day medalist. And I have a few options in mind. They don't include Nick Dacos. So I'm just throwing that out there. It's a first-time medalist I'm going to predict for Collingwood this year. That's a blanket prediction, but to be specific, I'm going to go Dan Houston. I believe we will be able to counteract and also rebound 50s against Essendon, counter-attack, what I'm trying to say. And I think Dan Houston's going to be a main player. He's going to perform. He's going to lift for this sort of performance here against Essendon. We need it. Down back, across half back, and Dan Houston will supply Quite a bit of entries inside 50, maybe kicks a goal or two. Two would be great. Three would be even better. But I'm going to predict Dan Houston for 25 plus disposals, five for a handful of rebound 50s, and a goal as well. I'm not too sure about his efficiency. I don't expect him to lay a lot of tackles, but I just have this feeling about Dan Houston. It was like Lockie Schultz last year against Carlton, the Peter Mac Trophy, where Lockie Schultz was named best on ground. And that's where we as Collingwood fans sort of turned for the better for Lockie Schultz. And I think Dan Houston will have this performance against Essendon, where us Collingwood fans and myself in particular, we're going to turn around on Dan Houston. He's gonna win some fans over for Collingwood. So I'm predicting Dan Houston, Anzac Day medalist. Not a whole lot of expectations besides that, though. If he doesn't win it, so be it. I just want to see a good game from Dan Houston. He had a good final quarter against Carlton. Push on from there. And I guess a few other honourable mentions or second or third place in case they win the medal. I'll throw in Lockie Schultz to win the medal. He's due for a good performance. He's not out of form, but just needs to lift a bit. Not putting it on the scoreboard, no output there. His effort's there, and I expect it all comes together against Essendon. And my third option is Dacos, but Josh Dacos to be exact. I reckon he's due, just like Lockie Schultz, for a big game. Responds 30 plus disposals for Josh Dacos. Lockie Schultz 15, maybe 20 disposals, a goal or two, and a fuck ton of tackles. And if I had a fourth player to mention for the Anzac Day medal, maybe Harry Perryman. Just someone that wins their first Anzac Day medal for Collingwood and someone that's going to win over some fans in doing so. So. But yeah, that's all for this team selections final word video. Now, just a change of heart regarding the VFL. I did say I wasn't going to have a VFL report, but I'm going to figure it out. If there's a full replay uploaded to the AFL websites just after 5 o'clock or around 6 o'clock, I will watch the replay and then I'll do a VFL report. That will be uploaded on a Saturday morning. And then the Anzac Day review, round 7, that will be uploaded Sunday regardless. I am going out after this Anzac Day game with mates to watch Carlton v Freo. Not in Perth, but just mates that go for Carlton and Freo. And then the EPL at midnight. So possibly a VFL report uploaded Saturday morning, and then Sunday morning will be the Anzac Day review. Monday, I'm aiming to do a topic video. Tuesday will be the preview to Hawthorn. Wednesday, team selections final word video. And then Thursday or Friday will be the review of the Hawthorn game. And then next Saturday will be the VFL report. But that's all for this video. I'll leave you guys all to it. Hoping you guys have had a good week so far. Please be well. Please be safe. And I'll see you guys Saturday, Sunday. I don't know. Watch this space. Up the pies.